Hello and welcome to Stockton Junction. Just a quick update today to show you where I'm at with the car park area. As you can see, I've not done an awful lot. I've started putting a hedge around it and some bits of paving. Started to build the height barrier there. Not a lot more than that at the moment, but I've been working on the other half of this lift out section, and what I have been doing is building this scale scenes country pub, I believe it was. I've also handmade these little flower beds, which I will obviously put a lot more vegetation, flowers, etc. in. Started with the car park area there. Added not finished kit of the Metcalf playground thing there. Also, I've been using the scale model scenery fence posts and fence panels that go all the way across the back there. There is a hedge that side as well, but I decided that the pub owners would have wanted a fence there. So I've also used the scale model scenery trellis kit here, just to block off the area. This bit's not glued down yet, as you can see. Very good kit, that. Extremely fine detail. I can't even zoom. There you go. But this area here is going to have bins, crates of bottles, etc. Hence why it's a gated off section. That's for the pub people to put their stuff. Also, the scale model scenery picnic benches, I've yet to finish painting those. There's still a few edges, bits need painting and weathering. And scale model scenery gate there. It's not actually big enough to fill the driveway, so I'm going to see if I can find a small gate to go this side, as if there's two, but it will be left glued in the open position like that once it's finished painted and weathering anyway, so it won't really matter if it doesn't fit the gap. Also, these scale model scenery pub signs I've not yet to finish. One's going to go up here on the wall above the door, and the other one is either going to go here, or I might put it in this corner over here. I haven't decided yet. I'm not quite sure. So that's what I've been up to since the last update. Obviously it's quite a lot of work really anyway, so I have been getting on with it. The other thing I've got, which I will show you, I've just had some stuff delivered from Scale Model Scenery. I have some bollards, which I'm planning on. I was going to put them in front of the train station, but I've got some railings I'll put there instead, I think. So I'm going to space these out along in front of the shops once the shops are in place properly, just to stop people parking on the pavements in front of the shops. In this area here, I'm planning a construction site. I have a building in mind that I've seen on someone else's layout, and a big crane. So I've purchased these drain pipes and gas pipe to do that area. I've also got the bricks, breeze blocks, timber loads and insulation boards, all to go in that area. So that will be obviously for a much later date, because I need to finish the area at the back there first, where the platform is, and work my way forwards. But I sort of thought I'd get them now, give me something to do when I can't get in the loft if it's too hot. I've also purchased some more of the cable hangers so that I can do my how-to video on doing the cables like that. I also, just if anybody wants me to do a how-to video on any of these four kits, they're very simple kits obviously for myself, but maybe someone does want a how-to on those. If you do, let me know via the comments, and I'll quite happily do a video on making any of these or all of them, whichever. So I'm not in a rush to make them, so I'll wait and see what people say. The kits here, there's nothing really to show. They come with the pre-plastic formed things and some wooden bits for them to sit on. As you can see, there's they're sitting on strips of wood. What I'll probably do with these is I'll spray these first off with the Halford's Grey primer once I've cleaned them up, because you can see there's some residue bits there need cleaning off. Give them a spray with the Halford's Grey primer because we don't want them shiny. They wouldn't be shiny. Same with the gas pipe. They're just pre-done yellow piping. They're a bit shiny still, so I will give those a paint as well with something, probably matte yellow, maybe a tiny bit of weathering, but not too much because it would be brand new pipe. Maybe just something to emphasize that the pipe is coiled, so in between the gaps or something, a bit of black wash or something would do that quite well, I think. That's pretty much it for the moment. Obviously I've been extremely busy doing the pub section, which is coming on very nicely. I'm starting to really like this, and it's bringing the town scene together now. So I've yet to do any more work on the station building, but I do need to get this whole board section finished. So, but before I can do all this and put all these buildings in place, I do need to finish underneath as well. So I'm just going to lift this out to show you. In fact, I don't think you can see from this one. So I'm going to lift out the other section as well. And you'll see why I've built these sections like this. Because if there is a derailment under all of this, I would have only had access behind in that corner there, which I wouldn't be able to reach anything here. So it's an ideal situation. But what I've done, as you can see, I've put in walling there, and it actually goes all the way round behind and joins it up to this corner here. I'm going to do the same on the inside edge here as well. Obviously there's another brace there, so I've covered that in some concrete pillar, and I'm actually going eventually to ballast all of these tracks underneath here as well, so that when I run a camera train through, because the platforms come all the way to the back here, I'm going to have lighting underneath here, and there will be the cage trolleys here are all going to be in this section underneath here, just there. So as the train comes through with a camera on it, you'll have detail in the undersection rather than just leaving it all open blank. So when it goes through, you actually see some proper detail, and you don't see all the wooden timbers because it'll be walled round coming through here. So for my personal modelling, that's how I want to sort of move forwards. I don't want everything to be seen as you go through the tunnel. I want it to be so that it does look realistic, and because I have the cutouts on the top, I don't need access from the sides. It also then prevents, if there was a derailment, if a train derailed over here, it wouldn't go tumbling off the side and down the holes. So those access holes that are down there at the moment will be where the wiring goes down from the top levels, and so on. I do yet have to work out how I'm going to do the wiring in this section and get it down. I think I'll have to go down over here, but this section is going to be a bit more tricky because where the church sits is right above where this coach is. So I'm going to have to try and wrap the wiring along and obviously take it down out the back there. So only other issue I have had, which I need to work on, is with the pub section. Now originally I thought this issue, just pop that back in a second, I thought this issue was these boards not being level, but if you look, it's not sitting flat in there. I mean, it just does stick up just ever so slightly. But when I took it downstairs to work on it, and I put it on my workboard, which is 100% flat because it's a nice thick bit of, this white covered boarding that you get for furniture, etc., and it is dead flat. So what I found was it still doesn't sit flat. So it's this piece of wood that's warped, probably due to sticking glue, paint, etc. on it. So I think what I'm going to have to do is put a couple of strips of wood underneath and clamp them to try and straighten it out somehow. Unless anyone's got any other ideas. It's going to be a bit tricky because I can't screw down from the top. So I'd have to glue and clamp from underneath. So I won't use G-clamps or something. I just don't want to damage the top layers with the work that I've done. That's the only issue. So if anyone's got any ideas on that, feel free to let me know. That's pretty much it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Bye.